Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. I am just back from the garage sale at Stormville Airport, and I ended up picking up a pretty good haul. Not all the stuff I'm keeping, obviously, but let's go through it and you'll see what I'm up to. The truck is more or less unloaded, so let's start going through what I found. This, I think, is one of the more interesting things. Snap-on, you could see it's a jump, current meter and all. It's for charging batteries. It does the load. It does all that kind of stuff. Once again, it came with the cart. I paid 25 bucks for it. People actually buy like stuff like this, and they turn it into end tables at man caves. I mean, it's a waste because they have a light sticking out of the top of it. They put their drinks on it, and they think, you know, once again, retro with Snap-on. So I thought that was cool. Once again, 25 bucks. The best deal of the day probably was all this stuff. It was in this green tote, and it was 20 bucks. And these are all Exolite. These are not, but all those are. And for 20 bucks, that was a steal of a deal. And even within here, there's some unique stuff, like any of the old timers. There's a flat blade screw that holds down the points, and you actually use this to hang on to the screw when you reach into the distributor to install it and uninstall it. And if anybody tried to do that without one of those, it's a bear. But I mean, kind of a nostalgia thing, right? Drivers, Exolite. I didn't look to see which ones were missing. That was part of this. Files, including the ends on it. Brand name, made in the United States blades, Middletown, New York, not all that far from here. Allen keys. To me, most of the time, if they're not a set, they're not worth much, but I don't know what this is, and if anybody could tell me. It appears as if it does go together like this. It's keyed, and it looks like it's meant for grabbing something. I don't know. Maybe you grab a nail to pull it out or something. Fine scissors. Bell Company uses stuff that looks like this. Proto. I mean, this wrench was probably worth more than the 20 bucks all this came from. Most of these are Utica. Some of the springy ones, very helpful. Not, I mean, still tight too, right? Not a lot of play. So I was thrilled to get that deal. Not far from that stand, I also picked up, somebody had pre-organized this, you know, must be a Jets fan, with the shrink wrap, a bunch of light testers, screwdriver, markers, stolen from an insurance company in Newburgh, right? All this stuff, organized in the box, 3 bucks, just couldn't pass that up. Rubber chicken that squawks, it was $1. I had to have it. They're threatening us with thunderstorms, so I got to keep moving. I bought these jump cables, and look at the size of the wire in here. I don't know what that is. 2 gauge. I don't think it's 0. It's probably 2 gauge, but real copper. And these things are like crazy long. They were 5 bucks. I mean, they got to be worth more than that scrap. So, just to give an idea how long it is. If you figure my foot is about a foot, and then, so that was quite a bit. These lights, I use them for lighting up something, obviously, for the channel, but I also use them. I have a spot in the back that's kind of north facing, and during the real cold weather that we haven't had in a while, it's handy. You put an Edison lamp in here and aim it where the pipes have a tendency to freeze, and it throws that extra few degrees at it with a 40, 60 watt bulb, depending how cold it is, 75 watts. It just keeps the pipes warm. I have one of my pumps, portable air pumps. The end of it doesn't work very well, so I got this. This was $2. Finishing off the stuff in the truck, I picked up the creeper. I got it for $1. It's a BK. Some people hang these up on the wall, once again, man cave. What I use them for, I actually put and this is an old timer, it still has the square bolts. I like to put boxes on them, and then when I need to roll them out from underneath something, it just makes it so much easier. Once again, I bought this, I think it was $1. I picked it up for the air chuck. This is a drill vise. I went $3 on it. And this is $3 worth of grill type material. And I figured if you look over the golf cart and some of the others, that I can use this to make front grills for them. I thought it would look cool, you know, the bent ones, or the white that I can paint black, or even this guy. You know, this kind of stuff, when you need it, it costs a fortune to go out. But if you have an assortment for $3, and now when you're trying to craft up something, fab up something, it is crazy handy. So this whole pile, it says whole box $3. I ended up grabbing another few things. So you can see what's in the box, including the Radio Shack meter, just nostalgia. Bag of resistors with the code Radio Shack. Back to the nostalgia. Then there was like I think this was $1. This goes under your garage door to seal out the leak. And I think the rest of this stuff was $1 or something. Anyway, I ended up giving them $5 for the entire pile. I'm a big fan of the LED Christmas lights. There's a couple of different kinds here. I think I ended up giving them $3 for the entire bag. And these were 2 for $1. You guys know I like the ones that drive straight through. This one does not. Looks like a halfway decent one, Craftsman or something. But for the cheap one that drives right through, I like that, and a 1/4-inch driver. Okay, kind of wrapping up. Obviously, I tried to keep the load a little bit lighter. Boat cushions, flotation devices, future seats for the golf carts or one of the UTVs. That's what I was thinking of. They were $2 each. Couldn't pass them up for that. For anybody who has small folks in their lives, silly little things like this, right? I use the battery out of my Milwaukee Fuel M12s in these, and you know, the small person could ride it all day. By the way, it cost $5. It came with the charger and the battery, and I'm told it works, but the battery doesn't hold the charge too long. Back to the M12. This guy here was $30, and if you look closely at it, you could see the back wheels, the back tires are kind of spent. But it's a 2-person 12-volter. I paid $30 for this. It came with the charger. The battery holds a charge. The small person who it belonged to was too big for it, but they rode it around, and it was able to do that. And you know, it plays the music. Last but not least is the grave digger here. I paid real money for this, and my money, 50 bucks. It wasn't used much, and the story I was told is that the battery was dropped and broken. But other than that, it all works. You know, it's got doors on both sides, and I mean, it's got shock absorbers. Came with the charger. You know, when you power it up and push buttons, the lights light up. Just a really nice item for the, you know, the small folks in your life. Just looking at it, if you you realize that some people pull the electrics and those tires out of there, put air tires on it, like you can almost picture smashing this 150cc or 200cc GY6 with the torque converter under the back, right? Doing something with the front, and it would just be a joy to own and ride around for, once again, your small person. So anyhow, 50 bucks on this, just to give you an idea of what these items go for. Another few items. These were like 25 cent, 50 cent items. This is a light 5. I think I gave her 3 for it. Slot machine topper light. I just thought it was interesting. You know, some pliers and other junk. You know, a lot of the 50 cent pile. I think I ended up going all of that loose stuff. I think it was 15 bucks all put together. Anyway, it's raining on my parade, so I got to cover things up and set up to go inside. So just for people out buying these things, used, hardly needs a battery, 50 bucks. The Mustang was 30 bucks. I might be able to pull the battery out of that and put it in the grave digger over there, and this was 5 bucks. So you can set up your young folks for not very much money. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There were zero all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, mini bikes, any of that stuff. There were 0 for sale. 0. You couldn't buy one, you couldn't find one, even if you hit the garage sales between my house, Stormville, and drove a different way back. There was none of that stuff available. It just was not out there. I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder if I bought it all. A possibility, eh? Yeah, so I got to put stuff away. I really want to thank you guys for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember, feet down, heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.